Hi there, my name is Cody Carpenter, and I am co-director for the Committee for Diversity and Representation here at SLOC. Thank you for joining us for another week of digital content. To stay informed about some of our fantastic events, fundraisers, and content we'll be providing this season, be sure to follow us on social media at SLOC Theater on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or visit our website at www.sloctheater.org for regular updates. We also encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel for just another way to stay connected. As you're watching this week's content, we ask you to consider clicking on the donate link in this post and supporting our efforts with a tax-deductible gift. Your donation will be to ensure that we can open our doors again in person when it's safe to do so. No amount is too small, and every dollar you donate will be so appreciated. Whether you've been in our space before or you're seeing us now for the first time, we thank you for being a part of our SLOC family. Enjoy!
Hey everyone, my name is Claudia Bertasso and I have been with SLOC for about 2 years now. My very first show was 42nd Street and I've worked pretty much every single show up until the lockdown. And most notably, I was both the dead bride and also the makeup designer and makeup artist of The Addams Family, which happened around this time last year. Miss it. But today, I'm going to be showing you how to do your Halloween 2020 look. And today I decided to do a little Broadway mixed with a little spooky. And what better way to do that than with Beetlejuice? And I like to think that there's two types of Halloween goers. There's the glam and then there's the gore. So we're gonna do both LYDIA DEETS and Beetlejuice. So sit back, relax, and learn how to transform yourself. Okay, so I scooted you guys in a little bit closer and I'll be leaning in to show you what I'm doing. But one of the first things you're going to need to do is to cleanse your face. And now I'm just going to be pushing my hair back with a hairband. And then something I always suggest if you're wearing your makeup for a long time, or if you are taking really nice photos, or if you just want your makeup to glide on a little easier, is to use a moisturizer. So the moisturizer I'm using is the CeraVe moisturizing lotion because it's good for sensitive skin. Take like that much and put this bad boy on. And my mirror is right here, so if I'm looking off to the side, that is why. Sorry. Oh, and please make sure that you wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, the things that we should be doing anyways, but you should always be doing it when you're doing makeup or in the middle of a pandemic. So the next thing that I always suggest is to go into the under eyes, only because I don't want mine to look, naturally dark. I want to purposefully darken them. So I'm just using the L'Oreal Paris Rose under eye, age perfect rosy tone under eye moisturizer. It's a lot of moisturizer, especially when you're wearing a heavy makeup look with anything. So just keep that in mind. All the moisturizer is just to help the makeup both stay and look better. Now I'm just gonna fan that off with my dollar store fan, just to make it a little less wet. So next you want to go in with a primer. That way, again, you're making yourself the best base possible for such heavy makeup. And this goes for really any Halloween makeup, because you're wearing so much makeup and maybe your skin isn't used to it, or maybe your skin texture isn't used to it, anything like that. You always want to prime. So I would suggest the Poreless Putty Primer by e.l.f. or maybe even the Hydrating Face Primer if you have dry skin, because that way you have a little extra moisture that it's not taking away. But I'm going to go in with the Poreless Putty. And any product that I use is really just a suggestion. Use whatever you have, honestly. Everything works in its own way, and something may work for you that doesn't work for me, or something works for me that doesn't work for you. So whatever you have is what you use, but these are just suggestions and what I'm using specifically and what I use to achieve it. Next, you're gonna wanna use the lightest foundation that you own, or pick up a lighter foundation, about 1 to 2 shades lighter than your own skin tone, depending on what you're going for. For LYDIA, I suggest using 1 to 2 shades lighter. So I'm gonna be using the shade Porcelain by Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. And literally this comes with a little spatula, so I'm literally just gonna slap that bad boy on there. And as you can see, it's not like white, but it's quite lighter than I am. Cause she's still living. We'll get to the white face paint when we get to Beetlejuice, but definitely I'm gonna go in with this first. I'm gonna be going in with a flat kabuki just to blend that all in. And make sure you get all in those nooks and crannies to get down the neck. If you are wearing something a little lower cut, I would suggest putting just like a swipe here and really getting the neck. That way nobody clocks you. Once you have that blended in, you want to go in and conceal any like dark spots, any pimples going on, anything like that. I'm using the color Fair and the Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer by Winky Lux. I'm just going to use it as a regular concealer today because it's the lightest I have. And some makeup artists might suggest this, some might not, but I'm literally gonna take the same brush I did my foundation with, and instead of using like a circular or patting motion, or like you are gonna be using a patting motion, but instead of like dragging it, you're literally just gonna do one of these until it's blended out. Because that ensures you're not moving the product too much away from where you wanna cover. And I'm not even gonna bother doing my under eye because I already have that tinted moisturizer under there, but if you want to do your under eyes, go for it. Or if you want it to be more realistic, don't do it at all. You can have dark circles. It's Lydia. She doesn't sleep. I mean, who does? I am going over my lips too, just because we're gonna be blocking them out anyways, so. Now I'm going to be going in with a white concealer. You can also go in with a white foundation or a white concealer pen. I know LA Girl has one, but the one I'm using today is the Mega Conceal by Makeup Obsession, and it's in the shade 01. So this is pretty cool too because it has caffeine in it. I don't know why that's really cool to me, but it is because I'm a sucker for packaging and like, you know, commercialism shit. And I'm just going in with that white in the places that you would highlight. So I'm gonna take it on the nose, a little in the T-zone, under eyes, my chin, my cupid's bow, and a little on the high points on the cheeks. Then I'm gonna blend that all in with this Has Seen Better Days concealer brush. And again, you wanna be using that patting motion. And it just gives you a little bit more brightness and it will pale you out. I did this during Adam's Family, pretty much to the entire family. Everybody had to get a white concealer, even like Gomez and everyone, just to give them that dead, lifeless, never see the light of day, vitamin D deficient look. Now we're gonna start contouring, and I like to set down a cream contour first before I go in with a powder contour. I think it lets it stay longer, but also I think it just defines the face better. So obviously Lydia is very gray toned, and I'm going for the movie version of Lydia, not the cartoon version, because she has like the purple and stuff like that, but I wanted to do the like classic version. I'm actually gonna be using the Mega Last lip color in black by Wet n Wild to just carve that out, and you're literally just marking where your cheekbones are gonna be, or where your cheekbones are if you're gifted. Now remember, this is Halloween, so this is gonna look a little intense, okay? And you're not gonna be used to it, but don't worry, it's nothing a little blending can't fix. So now I'm gonna be taking this toothbrush brush. It's just like densely packed and nice, and I can control it really nice, but whatever brush you have, again, that'll work. And I'm gonna just start going around that edge. the forehead, I like to bring it down here. And you might have, everyone has pretty much seen that diagram of the number 3. I don't like to blend up. I only like to blend down. I think that makes it look cleaner. Her sucking those cheekbones. Next, you're gonna set that with a translucent powder. I'm using the one by Airspun. I'm gonna take that on a sponge. You can either take it on a sponge, or if you have like a flat kabuki, that's what I like to use. So I'm just gonna use that. You're gonna wanna use a lot of powder. You don't want this going anywhere. Okay, now for Lydia's eyebrows, I'm going to be using this angled brush. This one's from Victoria's Secret, from like the Blizzard of '87. And the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Gel Black Liner in Pitch Black. So again, if you're a blonde, this will be startling to you, but Lydia got brows. Now there's 2 ways you could go about this. Again, totally up to you. You can either do like snatched brows. You could do the swoop right here like she does in like the cartoon, and she's always like has a furrowed brow, so it'll give that effect. Or you could do a really nice natural fluffy brow, which is actually kind of closer to what she has in the movie. I am partial to a snatched brow, so I am gonna do that. And I'm leaving the front bare so I can flick up like this, so it still has that fluffy feel. So that's how I do my brows, but I do kind of want to try the Tim Burton brow, where you kind of like do one of those, which is just like almost doing a cat liner, but on the brow. And you just connect it, and it'll look like that. Gonna be angry looking at first, but don't worry, we'll get there. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with a purple shade from this Makeup Revolution London palette. It is the Forever Flawless Birds of Paradise palette. So I'm probably going to be going in with all 3 purples at one point. One Adventure, Island, and Tail Feather. Any purple shade will do, just to give it that pop of color. And also, not everyone does this, but I just want to add a little bit more zhuzh into it. So I'm going to start, and her makeup is messy, honey. So don't even worry about if you have a steady hand or anything like that. Literally anything, it's gonna work. You wanna feel where your natural cheekbone starts and where your eye socket is, and you're gonna kind of follow that. And I'm using like this dragging motion to really blend it in with the skin. I'm just mixing all those shades together, no rhyme or reason. And I'm just gonna start darkening up with Adventure. And I'm just putting that right in the crease and blending it. Now I'm gonna take the lighter purple, and I'm even gonna go right on the nose and then blend it out. From Corpse Bride, who coughs all the time. I think his name is Mayhew. Kind of like where blush would go. You just take your finger and kind of sink that into the skin. Now I'm going to start putting some gray tones into this, and I'm going to be going in with the Jeffree Star Cremated palette, but any gray tone, black toned shadow will do. It's just all in how you use it. And now I'm going to take a little bit of a lighter gray, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to go even further down, like right down here. Go in with that same gray, that same life insurance gray, and I'm going to start contouring again. Now I'm going to take that light gray and just do my nose. I'm going to go in with like a white shade, which this palette's already open, so I'm going to use it, but it's this shade here called Death Blow. And I'm just going to start highlighting my nose. And this, I'm going to take that shade and highlight my cheekbones. You can go in with more purple on the cheeks if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. If you like glitter, you can go in with a glitter white highlight. I'm gonna go in with Diamond Ashes. Ooh. I'm just gonna, boop. Look at that. Okay, so another variation that you could do to kind of like feminize the eyeshadow a little bit is taking like a dark black and just going in the outer corners. So now I'm gonna take a black felt tip liner. I'm using the Breakup Proof Wet n Wild black liquid liner. So now that Lydia has like this wide-eyed childlike wonder and whimsical, and also she's a Tim Burton character, take some white eyeliner and go right in the waterline right on the bottom lid. So now I'm gonna go back in with my felt tip liner, and I'm gonna actually start this inner corner and go around my white line so that it looks like more like my eyeball. So see how you can see the bottom there? You're just gonna be going around that. And now to sell that cartoony look, this is again completely optional, I'm gonna make little eyelashes on the bottom. So the mascara I'm gonna be using, it's a Snap Scara by Maybelline, and it's in purple, and I think it'll be really complimentary. Now I'm gonna take, I got these from the dollar store. They're these like long wispy lashes. You can use any lash you want. I suggest something that's like along the lines of like a baby doll lash. So something that's gonna really brighten the eye. Now we're gonna go in for the lips. I'm going in with the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Pencil, and this is in Under My Skin. And then all over the lip, I'm gonna be going in with the Creamlicious Triple Butter Matte Cream, Mango Butter, Shea Butter, and Cocoa Butter. That's the description, don't know why I read that. But it is in the shade 05, New York, New York. And you can get this at your local beauty supply store, or as I like to say, your local hair store, because they have the best lip products in the world. And this isn't super drying, it's just matte. The biggest and most you do you boo moment of this entire thing is gonna be her signature hair. I do not want to cut one of my wigs, so I am going to paint them on. How I'm gonna do this is by literally taking a pencil and drawing on her signature triangles. And just fill them in. Now for a little added cartoony look, I'm just taking a little bit, you could take white liner, but I'm taking a white crease paint and just putting little white highlights. Now before I finish it up, I'm just going to add my black wig. Now with the black wig and a little hat, you're Lydia Deets. And now it's time to take this from Lydia to Beetlejuice. I'm gonna start with a purple concealer to really brighten up my face. I'm just gonna pounce my beauty blender on top of that. So now I'm going in with that same white concealer, but instead I'm gonna give myself a whole base. I'm just gonna pounce this on top. Now I'm gonna go in with some Clown White by Mayron. Now you're gonna wanna set your makeup with a translucent powder. I'm gonna be using, wow, that Airspun again. Now I'm gonna be taking this little fluffy guy and I'm actually gonna start contouring with green. I'm gonna go right into Budgie first. And start going into the cheekbones. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get the color in the general direction on your face. And I'm even gonna take a little bit and put it at the corner of my mouth, just kind of stippling the brush and bringing it down. Now I'm gonna go into a darker purple, a nice fluffy brush. I'm gonna be going gung ho. Just get right into there and start smoking that out. I'm even gonna go into this green right here. Put it in my nose. Now I'm gonna take a nice black shade. I'm using Chad. I'm just gonna take that onto a like packing brush and start putting some black down. Then I'm gonna go back into that purple and just blend all the way around. Now for Beetlejuice, you could do an eyeliner, a really snatched liner, but I think I'm gonna do like a really simple liner and then pop on some thick falsies. And now to add a little extra ghoul, I'm just gonna take it and drag it vertically. And then take your finger and literally smudge it while it's still wet. So it gives you that kind of look. Instead of being really clean, it's kind of messy. I'm looking here. I'm gonna do a little wing actually. Now, I'm gonna go into an even darker green. There's some in the Jeffree Star X Morphe. I'm just gonna take it on my finger and start darkening up the splotches. So one there, I'll put one there, and one on the cheekbone over here. Okay, I'm gonna take some thick black lashes. These are the Eylure Vegas Nay Grand Glamour. They look like this. Very thick, still wispy, but they're like thick all the way around and less doll-like than the Lydia ones. I'm gonna take this little like angle brush that we used for the brows earlier and put it in some black lipstick and just line these bad boys. I'm just gonna extend the inner corner of my mouth to give me a more evil look. Then I'm gonna fill in, but not totally opaque. And now I'm gonna be taking this Glow On lip gloss, and it's actually like UV glow. That's this nice purple color. And go right on top of that black. So I'm gonna go into that highlight from the Cremated palette because I liked how it showed up on the white. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got it. And now, the finishing touch. I went to the dollar store and got some dollar moss. What you're gonna do with that is you're gonna either take spirit gum, liquid latex, or I'm gonna show you with just some eyelash glue. So, getting my hair really out of the way, I'm gonna just start laying down where I want the moss. That glue, we're just gonna let it get tacky. And now you're just gonna take little bits of moss and glue that right on. Really optional. I just think it takes it to the next level. But if you're not comfortable having something on your face literally all night, this may not be the option for you. And then you would just tease your hair up, put on your black and white, and call it a day. So I hope you guys enjoyed those 2 makeup tutorials. I hope you guys have a safe and amazing Halloween. It really is like my favorite holiday of all time. So I want you guys to really enjoy yourselves. You deserve this little bit of joy any and every day. And please donate whatever you can to SLOC and just help this amazing building and organization stand tall. Bye guys, happy Halloween! That's ridiculous. Why'd that just happen? Oh my god. Why do I suck at self-filming? Okay.